page 233 of our student journal. Today we're going to talk about proving triangles similar using side, 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 and side, angle, side. Okay, first thing to do is just kind of look over those vocab terms. Those are ones that we're going to talk about at different points today. Most of them you've heard of before, but how they apply here, you might come back and explain the meaning of each of those as we go through the lesson. Okay, on the bottom page 233, side, side, side similarity theorem. Without reading it, tell your neighbor what you think it means. Without reading it. Okay, so hopefully you said something about if the corresponding side lengths of all if all corresponding side lengths are proportional, then the triangles are similar. That's what we're saying here. And here they're saying AB is to RS as BC is ST as AC is to RT. So if they're all reduced to the same ratio, meaning they're proportional, then the triangles are similar. So we have angle, angle we talked about yesterday. We're just expanding on that. We have side, 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 similarity, and then we have side, angle, side. This is on page 234. Side, angle, side just says if you have two sides or two pairs of proportional sides and the included angle, then the triangles are similar. Okay, so XZ to PM, you have the angle, and then you have XY to MN. Okay, then you have similar triangles. Note that the angle has to be included. Okay, I want you to look at the bottom page 234. I want you to go ahead and work through those problems with your group. Who's there, please? Off you go. So number one, is number one similar?
No.
No? How about number two?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So good way to show that there. When you're comparing your side lengths, number one is similar because is not similar because 4 divided by 2.5 is not congruent to, or is not equal to 7 divided by 5, which is not equal to 8 divided by 6. They don't reduce. So that would be a good way to write it up. And then the same thing on this one, you could show it by 1 over 2.5. That's the same thing as 2/5. 2/5 is obviously 2/5, and 12.5 over 6, the same thing as 2/5. They're similar. Just a quick side note, for those of you who do not like fractions, you the calculatorite, please keep in mind that you really want to get used to using fractions by hand before you get to next year. Okay, so right here, understanding that 12.5 divided by 6 really means 12.5 or 12. Not 12.5, but 12 over 5 divided by 6 really is the same thing as 12/5 divided by 6, which is the same thing as 12/5 times 1/6, which is the same thing as 2/5. Now, if you're like, huh? Okay, that is, and no knock on you, that is elementary school. Seriously. Legitimately 5th grade math right there. Okay, in terms of the dividing and cross-canceling. And that is not trying to be rude or disrespectful to you. I'm just trying to be open and upfront, because what happens is next year we don't just put numbers here. We put quadratics and variables and all that kind of stuff. You put the word sine and cosine in there. Okay? Things you just can't punch into your calculator and simplify. All right? I'm trying to warn you now, that way you can prepare yourself for it. Yeah. You could, yeah. Yep. It's just you want to learn to be able to cross-cancel as well, help you out. Because eventually, like I said, these won't say numbers. They will say quadratics. Different things like that. Okay? Yay, it's fun. All right. I want you to take a look at, any questions on that? Okay, number 3. Number 4 on the next page. Give those two a go. It's page 235. Okay, let's see if you did it right. All right. So let's find our similarity ratio, because they are similar. We want to make them similar. So similarity ratio, volunteer. No one? Brent? 1.6? Okay, how'd you get it? Okay, so you use corresponding sides. Don't think those don't quite correspond. That's a common mistake, though, if it makes you feel better. Jeremiah? How'd you get that?
I did 23rd times 1 over x.
Okay, what's our... Okay, I will start with that. 20/3 is to what? Maddie? Is to 5. Yeah. Okay. So 20/3 is to 5 as
20/3 and then 20/3 times 1/5.
x plus 7 is to 3. Okay, so you set up your proportion. Now, when you cross multiply here, that's kind of a weird thing to cross multiply, but it's 3 times 20/3, which is 20. So you're multiplying by 3 and dividing by 3, that's 20. And 5 times the quantity, x plus 7. So make sure you realize you got to multiply 5 by each part there. So I'm going to divide by 5 first, just to get rid of that 5. You could do the distributive property. It takes one more step then to get rid of it. But you eventually end up right there. Okay? And then subtract 7, so x is -3. Hey, there was someone back there that got that part right. All right? And the x is -3. Now, how can x be -3? Well, x doesn't represent a side length. X represents part of a side length. So if this is -3 plus 7, that would actually be 4. And -3, so 3 minus -3 would actually give us 6. Okay, so it could work out. They just wanted the value of x, which we know is -3. Okay, very good. Matt, did you get it? No, I thought you did. I thought you had -3. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Any questions there? Get it. Okay. Number 4, verify the triangle RST and XYZ are similar. Find the scale factor of triangle RST to XYZ, knowing that RS is 12 and XY is 28, ST, YZ. Okay? So note that you're going by letter here, R to S. X to Y, that's that side to that side. That's a ratio. Then you have S to T and Y to Z. That's that side to that side. And then you would have your Z to X and your T to R. That would be that one to that one. Okay? So if I'm setting up just my ratio, really it's just saying 12 is to 28, as 15 is to 35, and 24 is to 56. Are those equal? So rather than calculator time, just reduce the fractions. What goes in 12 and 28? 4. That becomes 3, and that becomes 7. So the whole fraction thing I just said, for those of you that are like, I don't reduce fractions, that's not me. Like, I don't. Like, my friends know me, and they say, you don't reduce fractions. That's what I'm known for. You put it on the back of your sports jerseys, Mr. and Miss, I don't reduce fractions. Okay, that's who you are. Okay, if that's who you are, you need to become Mr. and Miss, I do reduce fractions, because that will help you later on in life. Without a calculator even. It'll help you next year. As a matter of fact, it might help you later this year. Okay, here, 15/35 is good, 3/7. And 24 and 56, 3/7. 8 goes into both of those. All right, since they all reduce to the same fraction, you are good to go. The scale factor, by the way, is 3/7. All right. You've now verified it and found your scale factor. Questions? All right, last two. 5er and 6er. Now, this is not going to be to scale, obviously, because that's 6. And the shortest side of a triangle similar to ABC, which is this triangle, is 15. However, I'm not going to draw a bigger triangle just because I do not have the space to do that and show my work. So, we're going to use our imagination. Let's pretend this is bigger than that one. Okay? That's 15. So, if I'm trying to find the other lengths, we'll call that X and Y. 15 is to what? To 6. We're comparing shortest sides. As X is to? X is to 7. Based on the way I have it drawn. Just make sure that you keep the triangle, this triangle on top, that one on bottom, or vice versa. Okay? 15 sevens. How many can do that without your calculator? Okay? Hey, 15 sevens is just 10 sevens and 5 sevens. What's 10 sevens? And what's 5 sevens? And that is? Okay. X is 105, 6. Okay. Does that reduce? 17.5 or 35 halves. We are going to put it in fraction form. We're not going to go 17.5. Why? Because I want you getting used to fractions. Chapter 9. You're dealing with trig ratios. Next chapter. So, ka, to, It's all fractions. And then we're dealing with the law of sines, law of cosines. So those of you that are like, I am like SOHCAHTOA expert, that's fine. We'll do law of cosines and law of sines. That's a little more fun. Okay? All right, let's deal with y. Why? Because it's right there. So 15 is to 6 as 9 is to y, or y is to 9. What's 9 15s? What's 10 15s? What's 10 15s? 150. What's 1 less 15? 135 equals 6y. Divide by 6. Y is, how many 6s go into 13? 2 with how many left over? How many 6s go into 15? 2 with how many left over? 3. 22 and 3 6, also known as 22 and 1 half. 45 halves is the answer also. Yep. Okay. Learn to do math in your head. You have to practice it though. Those of you that pick up calculator right away, you're like, I am default calculator. Like it sits next to my bed on my phone. I am ready to use it at all times. Okay? Unbelievable.
Aren't we supposed to use our resources though?
Yeah, your brain is the first resource to use. Okay, next one. Next one. The longest side of a triangle similar to ABC is 6 units long. Okay, so now if we're comparing, that's 6. Find the other. Let's call that one X. We'll call this one Y. What's my similarity ratio? 2/3. 6 over 9, which everyone's calling 2/3. Good. 2/3 is 2. So we have 2 is to 2 is to 3 as X is to what? 6. 12 equals 3X. X is 4. I know some of you pulling the calculator out again. Just division. 4. Yeah. Okay, Y is 2 is to 3 as Y is to 7. What do we get? You get 14/3, yes. For those of you that like decimal form, just keep writing that one for the rest of your life and see how much you like decimal form. Okay? It never ends. Keeps going. I know that is the joy of math. Keeps going forever. Rest of your life. I'll see you in like a couple of years. You'll still be writing. Okay, any questions?